beat just about anyone in the world.
It is amazing when you see these kind of players, and when it doesn't work, it's just quite amazing. But when it does work, mate, it's a joy to watch.
Okay, Lionel Messi is the captain of Argentina these days. He leads them out. The referee for today will be Victor Rivera of Peru. Messi's been in form. He scored a hat-trick for Argentina in their last outing, a friendly against Switzerland, which they won 3-1. So maybe it's good times ahead finally in the national team shirt for the world's #1 player. After the anthems, our commentator will be David Bashir.
And given their glittering array of attacking stars, so much is expected of Argentina, and the focus sharpens tenfold when the Albiceleste plays at home, as they are at the El Monumental. And Alejandro Sabella has selected a predictable lineup from their 2-1 away victory over Colombia, their most recent World Cup qualifier. Gonzalo Higuain comes in, and for the first time, Federico Fernandez and Ezequiel Garay play at the back for Argentina. And that's at the centre of their defence that they've had all the troubles so far in World Cup qualification. Having said that, they're in pretty good shape at the moment, second on the table. We've had a couple of results. Uruguay and Venezuela have drawn. Chile have beaten Bolivia 2-0. And there's the Argentinian lineup. On the bench, Rodriguez, Campagnaro, Sosa, Ezequiel Lavezzi, who scored an important World Cup qualifying goal in this campaign already. No Edison Mendez for Ecuador. The veteran is injured for this match. They go in with a 4-4-1-1 combination. They play very much on the counter-attack. And there's the Ecuadorian lineup. Their two keys up front, Benitez and Suarez. Chucho Benitez has scored 2 goals in the qualifying campaign so far. Noboa, a very experienced midfielder as well. Walter Ayovi is their captain, and of course Valencia, the star from Manchester United, provides all the width and pace out wide. There's their lineup. Benitez and Suarez will play up front. Benitez as a lone striker, Suarez a little bit withdrawn. 60,000 the stadium holds. Banguera has been left on the bench. Alexandre Dominguez will take the gloves for Ecuador. Espinosa also on the bench. He is a regular at the back for Ecuador. Joko Kanats is with me in the commentary. Ecuador have provided so much trouble over the years for Argentina. In fact, Argentina have not won in 5 outings against the Ecuadorians, spacing back something like 7 years. So it's a very, very good record for Latri. But this is a totally different kettle of fish.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, Ecuador, with their very compact style of football and playing on the counter-attack, doesn't really suit Argentina, who want to play fluent and attacking brand of football. So it does look like a dangerous match for Argentina, but look at the power Argentina have up front. I think now coming off the back of a great season, a lot of these players, they want to show it in the World Cup qualifiers at home.
Victor Rivera of Peru is the referee for this World Cup qualifier. Just looking at his watch and looking across to the 2 benches as well. Sergio Romero has come under scrutiny in this qualifying campaign. The Argentinian goalkeeper, his opposite number, Alexandre Dominguez, very inexperienced, so a very high pressure situation to place him in for this match. And head-to-head, Argentina have the record over Ecuador, but the Albiceleste winless against Latri in their last 4 matches dating back to 2005. Ecuador with 2 wins in that period of time. The last victory Argentina had over Ecuador was in the Copa America of 2004. And it was a 6-1 thumping. It was a long time ago. Of course, the Argentinians will be looking to their captain Lionel Messi. And between the front 3, 129 goals. Messi, of course, scored 73 in the most recent campaign for Barcelona. An outstanding record, breaking all-time records in Europe. Gago has been preferred to Sosa. Early opportunity for the Albiceleste. Swept off the feet of Romero. And Ecuador under pressure. And you'll see this a lot of the match, the pressing and the pressure on the back 4 of Ecuador. They'll get players back, but certainly have the ability to break quickly.
It looks like early doors we see what the game's going to pan out look like. Possession football probably about 70-80% I think for Argentina, and Ecuador just waiting to win that ball and just counter as quick as they can. It's going to be a very, very difficult night for Argentina if they don't keep possession and hopefully score in the early minutes. It could become a very dangerous match.
There's Antonio Valencia. Of course, Ecuador, their most recent World Cup qualifier. A home win over Peru with Mendez and Benitez scoring. Mendez scoring and providing the goal for Christian Benitez. Space here for Argentina. There's a Poor first touch there by Aguero. He's coming off a high following Manchester City's Premier League victory this season, breaking the domination of Manchester United. Aguero, of course, the hero. Ecuador's Ronaldo Rueda, the Colombian coach, has had great success with this team. They've only played 3 matches in qualifying, so 1 less than Argentina. But their most recent was a friendly victory over Honduras, just to tune them up for this one. Jaime Ayove scoring twice in that victory in March of this year. So 2 wins and a loss in qualifying is a very solid start indeed for a team that missed out on qualification for the 2010 World Cup. Of course, their best performance came in 06 when they made the round of 16, eventually eliminated by England in the World Cup in Germany. But again, Argentina dominating possession. Lionel Messi skips around one, puts it forward, but it's taken off the feet of Romero. It's the first time Fernandez and Garray have played in the heart of defence, and that's exactly the area that Alejandro Sabella has struggled with. Consistency, continuity. At times he's played a back 3 and he's come under plenty of criticism for doing that.
Yeah, he's gone back to the formation of a 4 at the back. It's just more comfortable for players that are used to playing it. As you said, they come under grand scrutiny for going to a back 3. But I think tonight would be a possibility to do that as well, because I can't see Ecuador pushing too many players forward. And Argentina probably just want to be careful of the counter-attack. It is early days in the match, so we just let the match pan out and see how it opens up. But the expectations every time Messi gets the ball, you just hear the crowd just jumping off their feet, just expecting always to do something special and carry the weight of the burden of this team on his back is amazing for such a young player.
50 goals in La Liga, 2 goals in World Cup qualifying against Chile and Colombia. It's actually 34 goals behind the nation's all-time top scorer, Gabriel Batistuta, who has 56 goals for the Albiceleste. And there's space on the left for Argentina. That's good defensive work. It was Angel Di Maria getting forward with purpose. Had a very, very impressive season with Real Madrid. And again, Messi collects the ball on a dangerous position in between the lines, and Ecuadorians have to be so disciplined whilst defending. This array of stars, of course. The Argentinians either side of impressive victories at home to Chile when they opened their campaign with a 4-1 win. Higuain scored a hat-trick, and their most recent 2-1 away win for Colombia. They started losing away to Venezuela, and Sabella adopted the back 3, and Di Michelis was heavily criticised, and then they drew 1-1 at home to Bolivia with Lavezzi, the equaliser, that saved the blushes of consecutive losses for Argentina in World Cup qualifying. Could have almost certainly spelled the end of Sabella's coaching reign with the Albiceleste. And this is a lovely build-up by Argentina. Early ball played in, searching for Aguero. So Di Maria linking in with Messi. Aguero almost profited from the build-up play. There's Gonzalo Higuain, consistent performer for Argentina. See if they can profit from this early corner from Lionel Messi. Swinging away from goal, and player goes down, but there's no contact. Of course, the Monumental, the home of River Plate, great club in Argentina. Of course, slid across by Romero. Mascherano plays it all the way back. As I mentioned, Fernandez and Garay, the first time they've been paired in the heart of defence with Rodriguez and Zabayeta, the overlapping fullbacks. Romero with some clever play. Di Maria. Higuain. He's been relentless in the early stages of this match. Latry absorbing so much pressure.
It's really amazing when you watch how tight and compact Ecuador are defending. They're defending in the width of the 18-yard box. I think if Argentina realise this, and they obviously will, you can see the players starting to push forward out wide. The space is all out wide. They'll get in behind them. The only problem is the delivery. There's so many men in the box that you really need to try to pick one out. Here we go again, out wide into space. This could be Argentina's opportunity if they can just drive and maybe attack the player that's out there by himself at the time and not give Ecuador time to recover and defend.
Fernandez. Gago's the number 5, and it's a nice flowing move there by Argentina. Topped out by their captain Walter Ayove. Plays with Monterrey in Mexico. Of course, Antonio Valencia will be a dangerous attacking proposition for them, but at the moment Argentina doing all the attacking. Yet another corner taken short by Messi. Ecuador defending very deep. Romero goes down in the box, but waved away by the Peruvian referee. The protest. There's definite contact on Sergio Romero. Aguero, I should say, as the ball is played out. And Kun Aguero clutching his face. You see the level of contact with the boot to the chest area. Didn't look to be contact on his face.
Boy, didn't miss him, did he? He followed through to make sure he did get a piece of Aguero there, but probably a bit harsh for a penalty, especially this earlier in the match.
Too much pressure being placed on Argentina as they play out from the back. Somewhat of a surprise with the new pairing of Fernandez and Garay. Ball clipped forward. And now Latry come out. Try to get Christian Benitez one-on-one. Record signing from America in Mexico from a Birmingham player. Excellent performer for Ecuador. As is Mendez, who's not playing here. A lovely switch once more here by Argentina. Messi, and he strikes it well. Not sure Alexander Dominguez knew too much about that. Through some traffic. Did well in the end.
Didn't look overly confident to me there, Bash, the goalkeeper. I think he felt that was a bit too hot for him to handle. Have a look at this. He could be in for a long night if Argentina start getting motor ticking over.
Of course, replacing Maximo Banguera, who's their more favoured goalkeeper in World Cup qualifying. And now Argentina in. That's a fair challenge. Victor Rivera. Valencia. Possession has been priceless for Ecuador. They haven't had too much in this match. Campos. And once more the visiting team under pressure, playing out from the back. The fans are letting them know it too, because their Colombian coach Rueda, who's had success over Argentina in the past, there's various clubs and youth teams. Di Maria. You can see how deep Antonio Valencia is operating. There's no hint at the moment of a counter-attack and a quick break for Ecuador. Just been keeping their shape at the back and withstanding. It's been a dominant possession display by Argentina. Surprise was Jose Sosa on the bench. Fernando Gago being preferred to him. Of course, Carlos Tevez not in Sabella's squad. He's got Ezequiel Lavezzi, who's had a fantastic season in Italy for Napoli, on the bench. An attacking player in waiting. Ecuador come out. This is where they can be effective, when they get it out wide with pace. A lovely ball in behind the defence. Opportunity here for Ecuador, and that's a tough shot. Christian Suarez has played in wonderfully from the left-hand side, but completely lost his composure when it counted.
Now we can see why Argentina have been so cautious in their build-up, because they don't want to turn that ball over and put Ecuador in a position to counter-attack them. That was fantastic play by Ecuador, but once again they're going to get not too many chances like that in a match, and they really need to take those opportunities if they want to come home with something from this match.
Lionel Messi with a jinking run. It's a very good defensive header. Exactly the sort of space you don't want to give Lionel Messi. Walter Ayove with a wonderful ball in behind, and Suarez just lost his balance when trying to strike with the outside of the left foot. Defensive touch didn't help his cause either. So a quarter of an hour in, Argentina have dominated possession, but when you look at that opportunity to Christian Suarez, Ecuador could have been 1-0 to the good.
And probably should have been. You would have expected a striker of that level to finish an opportunity like that, because, I mean, how many chances will Ecuador get like that in the match? 2 or 3?
I wouldn't expect too many. Dominguez with a hasty clearance. Rodriguez. Win it back and is showing signs of being a little bit more comfortable in this match. Rodriguez played forward quickly. And that's a foul on the left, and maybe a yellow card too. Fernando Gago stopping the run there of Christian Suarez. He had an opportunity minutes before.
No malice in that. Was probably late, but he was looking for the foul just to slow things down and give him the opportunity with a set piece.
Has to be retaken. And position mark there by the Peruvian referee. Campos with the free kick, played deep. Valencia. Early ball played in, but the foul picked out by the Argentinian player. And a reminder that SBS is the place to catch the pick of the Euro 2012 action, commencing with our daily highlight show on Saturday. This Saturday from 5:30 p.m. We'll also bring you 8 matches, 4 of them including the final live, as well as a comprehensive online coverage app as well. That's through sbs.com.au/the World Game. All the best to Euro 2012 news. Stay with SBS. Chile now goes to the top of South American World Cup qualifying until this match is concluded, because with their 2-0 home win against Bolivia, they moved to 9 points, with Uruguay and Venezuela on 8. Argentina with a victory here could go to 10 points. Of course, Ecuador have a game in hand. They've only played 3 so far in this campaign. It's a very, very tight block of South American qualifying matches as Messi is away, bouncing off one and then off the other. He had the presence of mind to get a shot away next to Aguero. He's certainly in the mood, very sharp in his work, Lionel Messi. Coming off a career high season. Gago, a former Real Madrid player, now with Roma. Messi. It's clipped forward. Aguero, and a great opportunity. It's 1-0. Argentina take the lead, and Sergio Aguero with a crucial World Cup qualifying goal, and the Albi Celeste 20 minutes in have the advantage over Ecuador.
The man who can't stop scoring, Aguero. But all the fine play was by Messi. Fantastic. He's been so quiet, but every time he touches that ball, he just seems to make something happen. And this is brilliant. Got my doubts about the goalkeeping here from the Ecuador goalkeeper, and a touch of offside there. A great finish.
He's riding the shoulder of the last man there, Sergio Aguero. There's Di Maria with the assist. Waited perfectly for Kun Aguero. And that's a very, very composed finish indeed.
Deserve it after the dominance they've had in the first 20 minutes, Argentina.
$15 goals at international level. His first international goal came against Bolivia in 2007.
What do Ecuador do? Do they try to stick to the game plan, because it's just gone out the window? Can they get back into this match by doing anything different to what they're doing at the moment? It doesn't look like they are changing anything at the moment. But if Argentina just keep this ball moving quicker, I think the opportunities they will get will come a lot quicker, and they'll create a lot more chances. It just seems to be a training drill at the moment, where the ball's just getting passed around with no pressure anywhere, and the only team that looks likely of doing anything is Argentina.
Ball carriage is very swift at the moment for Argentina. Di Maria. Messi in between the lines, chipped over the top, could be a second. Higuain with a great opportunity, just slicing off the side of the boot after Aguero scored just minutes before. Once again, Lionel Messi paramount to that move. Hint of offside as he looked across to the assistant. Di Maria, almost a carbon copy over the top, this time for another striker. And Gonzalo Higuain fluffed his lines.
He'd be disappointed with that. He should have done a lot better, and he knows it. He knows that. But once again, the fluent passing of Argentina, brilliant. Just breaking this defensive team of Ecuador in the middle of the park open. It's incredible when they do start to move the ball quickly, how easy they can open you up.
Certainly, Lionel Messi has grown in stature since adopting the captain's armband for the Albiceleste. Ecuadorian player down after a hefty challenge. Ayove. Suarez. Double teamed and it's Saratama, in fact. Zavaleta saying my shirt was pulled before the foul was committed, but Ecuador with a free kick. 25 minutes in. Campos from the angle. And it's a poorly delivered one. You can see the numbers there. They're not committing any players forward. Very disappointing indeed. A set piece from a wide position, and the only player in an attacking sense that was threatening was Christian Benitez. And this must be very, very frustrating for Rueda. It was the previous finish from Sergio Aguero. Goal number 15 for Argentina. Making the run across the defender and striking the ball across Dominguez for the opening goal. Played to the feet here of Christian Benitez. And they'll break quickly. And Messi with sublime skill. Zavaleta. Gago. Messi collecting the ball deep. Mascherano. Rodriguez. With the arm of the Ecuadorian player for an Argentina free kick. They're really bossing the first half possession-wise.
I love when Argentina just control the ball and they dictate the pace of the match. That's the thing that really interests me in the way they do it and how well they do it. They just slow things down, keep possession, and when they say, let's go boys, let's attack, they just click it up a gear and get that ball moving quickly, and they just a spectacular sight to watch. And look at this man, Messi. He's got all sorts of tricks in his bags.
And can deliver a corner as well. Corner number 4 for Argentina in this first half. Of course, the difference between the good and the bad of the Albiceleste has been fairly prominent in this World Cup qualifying campaign. And they're tuned in. A pleasure to watch. When they don't turn up, they can be very frustrating indeed, as their fans can attest to. Just the lack of pressure in Argentina playing out from the back. You expected Ecuador to sit deep, but maybe at times pressure Argentina, but that hasn't occurred.
I agree with you. I actually cannot believe how deep Ecuador are actually going before any type of pressure is going on the ball. It just doesn't make any sense to me. But obviously, I'm not the national team coach of Ecuador.
Messi and Gago. Mascherano spots the run of Rodriguez. And that's well cut out.
When you sit this deep, all you do is entice the opposition to keep attacking you. And when the players have got the quality of the Messis, the Higuains, the Marias attacking you, how long do you think you can hold out?
That's the question. And I'm sure that they're looking to catch Argentina on the break, but that hasn't occurred too often in the first 25 minutes. Very, very comfortable indeed for the home side. Flick forward. Searching there for Zavaleta. Of course, they disappointingly went out under Diego Maradona at the last World Cup. A turn there from Higuain. That's a stern defending. Good strong work indeed at the back by Atelier. Christian Benitez thought he was fouled, but in doing so dragged down his man. Moved on by the referee as Saratama profits from that loss of possession by Argentina. Now an opportunity for Ecuador, but the Celeste defend well. Through the middle, Messi, flanked by two players, onside, Higuain, the second for Argentina. Again, Lionel Messi, the architect, and Gonzalo Higuain makes it 2-0 on the Monumental.
Sheer class by a man in form, a team that's playing off the back of a man in form. Great finish by Higuain, great run actually for Messi to slide it through to win. Great finish. Once again, the goalkeeper of Ecuador's sitting on his backside there, not really giving himself any chance. There was a touch of offside there again, but benefit of doubt obviously to Higuain. I'd like to see that again. But that was counter-attacking football at its best. They were defending at the other side of the park, straight through to Messi, who just makes all the difference. Great goal.
Move started by Fernando Gago, whose pass through the middle was of the highest quality, releasing Lionel Messi. And that's a little bit better from Gonzalo Higuain, who 10 minutes previous missed a golden opportunity to put Argentina up 2-0, but that scoreline now is set in stone after half an hour of play. And with every goal that goes in, the pressure does ease on Alejandro Sabella, who was on the fringes as a player of the Albiceleste, played 4 times for his country. And now they break very quickly. Messi has players left and right. Higuain squares it. Lionel Messi, 3-0. A masterclass goal. Absolutely outstanding. And the three big guns, Higuain, Messi and Aguero, have all scored. Their most impressive work in World Cup qualifying this campaign, Argentina.
Game, set, Messi. Outstanding. Outstanding football. All credit to Argentina. Definitely got what they deserved. Ecuador definitely got what they deserved. Fantastic player, but a world-class player. Unbelievable finish. That is counter-attacking football at its best. 4 passes from one end of the field to the other end of the field, and where's the ball finish? Back of the net. Unbelievable.
It's a pleasure to watch this brand of football at the end of what has been an exhausting season for the European-based players, and you can see that high angle just exemplifying the sort of quality that Higuain and Messi displayed. What a finish there. Lionel Messi opened the left boot, and the decision was beyond doubt. Alexander Dominguez in goal for Ecuador has been a mere spectator in this first half. And Lionel Messi, 23 goals in 69 appearances for his country. It is a very impressive record given the 73 score this season for Barcelona.
Incredible. You know what they say, Bash, when you've got that goal-scoring feeling, it just can't stop. And we've seen Aguero get on the goal-scoring sheet, Higuain, and the man of the moment, Messi.
Card for Fernandez, fouling Christian Benitez just outside the area.
That's never been a foul.
Can Campos profit from this free kick? Good angle, good distance, and the strike on top of the wall deflects over Romero's crossbar. We just have heard too that the ball under the strip from Lionel Messi, that Messi's partner is pregnant, and that was the significance of that goal celebration. Corner taken square. Campos delivers well. An opportunity there. Completely scuffed for Ecuador. Valencia can't find a way through. Fernandez fouled. Again, there hasn't been too many opportunities, but on that occasion and tonight you can watch the world's best cyclists fine-tune their preparation for the forthcoming Tour de France and the Criterium du Dauphiné. Coverage commencing on SBS2 from 11:05 p.m. The best European cycling or global cycling coming your way through SBS, both online and through SBS 1 and 2. Mascherano. Aguero deflects the header to Di Maria. Again, just the lack of pressure on the Argentinian midfield allows them to create a real composure. Step over. Almost found Higuain through.
I actually think Argentina could keep the ball in their own half and Ecuador wouldn't step out to put any pressure on. I would be willing to have a bet with you that Argentina could keep the ball for another 9 minutes before half-time and Ecuador wouldn't even bother coming out. This is incredible. We sit here and watch. We see a game that's 3-0. It's virtually over. And the opposition team just not willing to even participate and try to put some pressure on Argentina. It's unbelievable.
Now they get forward with some purpose, but lose possession. Di Maria. A double turnover. Can Valencia get in a threatening position? Very good delivery in the middle. Benitez. Nice turn to Benitez, the top scorer in World Cup qualifying, with a hint of why he's such a dangerous striker. And that's exactly when Ecuador can be dangerous. And they get Valencia in behind, out wide, and Benitez can exploit his pace and strength and finishing power. Campos with the corner near post. It's well defended in the end. Approaching half-time, yet another corner for Latry as it skews across the penalty box.
Complacency could be the only danger here for Argentina if they take the foot off the pedal, but it doesn't really look like it's going to happen.
Fernandez. There's the rare poor deliveries into the midfield. Iov's been perhaps Ecuador's best outlet on the left, but lost possession there. Maybe a move in the offering there from Ronaldo Rueda. The Ecuadorian coach has Jaime Iove warming up on the bench. Perhaps an injury. We'll see the move necessary for Ecuador. And Saratama off for Jaime Iove. Striker from Pachuca in Mexico. Scored 7 times for his country. He's 24 years of age. And had that to brace against Honduras in their most recent international friendly. Scored in the opening World Cup qualifier against Venezuela, along with Christian Benitez. Here's Rodriguez combining on the left, and he may just run out of room. It was a good design, but the execution a little bit off for the final header.
Great play once again in those wide areas, spaces there. It's funny, ain't it? We say that all the space seems to be out wide, yet Argentina's goals have all come through the middle from simple movement of the ball quickly. But Ecuador, the manager's obviously seen that he's got nothing to lose. He's got to throw in another striker and try to get back into this match. But Bash, I think it's too late.
I think that's a very, very safe comment to make, Spider. The way Argentina have controlled this first half. No signs of implosion, just absolute composure and a lack of real pressure by Ecuador. Most acute of places to come as far as the South American World Cup qualifying is concerned. See the lines of pressure that the Ecuadorians have had to absorb in this first half. The Argentinians have certainly worked hard when they haven't got the ball in possession. And it's been an admirable facet, and one that's been criticised under Sabella's reign. The lack of work rate, intensity. Certainly a criticism that cannot be levelled at the Albiceleste for this match so far anyway.
No, definitely, but obviously the work rate hasn't been that enormous because they've had possession of the ball. It's easy to work when you've got the ball. The problem is in football is when you don't have the ball. And that's, I think Argentina's had that problem in the past. Ecuador really haven't put them under any type of pressure to see what they can do, but just having a look what they've done in the second half, we could be looking at a much more interesting match here. Ecuador probably going to look to try to attack a little bit more, and as you've seen in the last couple of minutes, they're starting to put some pressure actually in Argentina's half, which is an added bonus for them.
Romero can't clear with any purpose. Benitez, his header rebounded as Mascherano clears. And look at that. Just great awareness off the shoulder there, of the point of the shoulder by Higuain in the path of Messi. Almost allowed the mercurial number 10 the pathway to goal. Over the top, it was stayed down too as the defenders looked across to the assistant and thought Jaime Ayove was clearly offside. Mascherano slides it in the middle. Excellent pass to Messi. Rodriguez is the overlapping player on the left. Now build with numbers now, and that ball is in to the feet of Higuain. The flag was up. And the scorer of Argentina's second goal. This time the decision was spot on. There's been a couple of marginal ones so far in this half. When in doubt, the decision should go the way of the attacking side. We've seen that a couple of times. Here's Antonio Valencia. Skips past one. Delivers a square ball, but a little bit too much curl away from Benitez. Neat combination out of defence here from Argentina. Di Maria. Fantastic skill. Aguero. Cuts back inside, but lack of support. Conspired against the diminutive striker who's fouled. A couple of Argentinian players down. Chile moves away from the scene. Here's the first of the challenges against Higuain, and the second coming up on Aguero. Less robust, but still resulted in two strikers feeling for the knocks. Higuain still down. I don't think there was too much in that. We're getting close to half-time, a half that has been absolutely dominated by the Albiceleste. Giving them great hope with Chile's victory earlier this morning. It's almost certain that Argentina will go to the top of South American World Cup qualifying.
Unless a miracle happens, what would you be saying to your players if you were the Ecuador manager at halftime? Keep your head up, boys. We can do better than this. Let's go out and try to get some goals. But in that case, you go out, you try to attack Argentina, and with all their power up front that they've got, there is one department that Argentina is fragile, and that is defensively. So I don't know why they've waited so long to put pressure on the ball. I think second half, I actually think Ecuador might score a couple of goals, but I think the problem is how many are they going to leak on the other side.
And that's always the issue when you're against an Argentinian team in this type of mood, and this type of confidence. Almost Higuain was the meat in the Ecuadorian sandwich there. And 45 minutes of domination by Argentina. It all started with Sergio Aguero, who scored early for the Albiceleste, followed by goals from Higuain and Messi. Half-time at the El Monumental. It's Argentina 3, Ecuador 0.
Well, he's just fantastic to watch.
Well, it's a remarkable turnaround for Argentina from the horrible performance of the Copa America. Let's see what the second half brings. Let's take you back to Željko Kalac and David Bashir.
Thanks, Les. And I'm sure that Ecuador will come out with a greater intent in their second 45 minutes. They showed patches to close out the half of football, but it was 11 minutes of football bliss by Argentina, starting with Sergio Aguero and ending with Lionel Messi. From minutes 20 to 31, they turned on the style to great effect and really signalled their intent in this phase of World Cup qualifying. And Željko, it was a real pleasure to watch that first half.
Yeah, it was, especially by Argentina, not so much by Ecuador, who were really, if we could say in a negative way, anti-football in the way they approached the match. Hopefully they'll come out in the second half and they'll try to test this Argentinian back four, which has looked shaky at times, but the power they have up front is the real damaging part of the Argentinian side.
Searching for their third win in this World Cup qualifying phase, Argentina. A victory that would take them to the top of South American qualifying.
Well, look at the positives. He's brought on a striker before half-time, and we've got another one coming on in the second half. So hopefully the game will open up and Ecuador will start to press Argentina much higher than what they did in the first half. And we might get a bit more flair and a bit more goals in this second half.
And Jefferson Montero onto the pitch for Ecuador. Chasing the game down 3-0. Remember, Argentina have not beaten La Tri in their last 4 encounters. To go back to 2004 at the Copa America. The Albi Celeste's last victory, 6-1 it was. That was a thumping result. And this has got the potential to be a similar heavy defeat for La Tri if they don't turn things around.
That's positive by Ecuador. Good start to the second half. We're only in 30 seconds and they've shown their cards. We're going to attack. We're going to try to score some goals here. They're going to leave themselves vulnerable at the back, but at least they can go in there and try to do something and try to change this match. I'm so disappointed in the Ecuador manager and his approach to the match, but I'm glad that at half-time he's changed that all around.
And he's got both Montero and Jaime Ayove on the pitch, so certainly a refashioning of their attacking third. Of course, Ronaldo Rueda, the Colombian coach of Ecuador, guided Honduras to qualification for the 2010 World Cup. Second corner, near post, well defended by Argentina. And that's an early ball played in, but Sergio Romero off his line and marches it near post very comfortably. The Sampdoria keeper. Former winner in Holland with AZ Alkmaar under Louis van Gaal. Valencia. You just see the body language of Ecuador look totally different. And starting the second half as they did the opening minutes of the match. If you're an Ecuadorian fan, you would be really thinking, why didn't they have this type of shape and intent from the outset? But you're playing one of the best teams in the world, individually anyway. Aguero outside the area, tries to slide it wide of one marker. That's a lovely layoff. Lionel Messi doesn't get around the first man as he tried to clip it wide of Ayove. Mascherano had an outstanding first half with Fernando Gago. Fernandez dispossessed. And this is where they can be dangerous. Benitez, and that's excellent work by Gago. Had plenty of good years with Real Madrid. Ayove, the Ecuadorian captain. Now Argentina will push on to try to win the ball back.
And that's the difference in the two sides. Argentina pressing high to win the ball back inside Ecuador's half, which Ecuador didn't do in the first half. But as you said, it's much better intent by Ecuador.
Di Maria linked in so well with Lionel Messi and the other attacking pair in Aguero and Higuain in the first half. He certainly was that creative hub in the midfield of Argentina. Ayove anticipates well. Montero, second touch for the match, and it's a lovely move in the middle. Naboa, of course, plays his club football in Russia. He's a teammate of Luke Wiltshire at Dynamo Moscow. It's a free kick picked out. Fans not too happy about that decision from the Peruvian referee. Montero's looked lively since coming on after the half-time break. Of course, Jaime Ayove replaced Saratama just before the 45 minutes. And Ayove will swing the left-footed free kick into the danger zone. Now Chile are wrestling there with Fernandez. It's hit pretty well. Deflected off the head of Montero. Rodriguez. We talk about Ecuador's counter-attacking skills, but we just saw a masterclass counter-attacking goals in the first half by Argentina. Just brilliant work. And linking play superb. And here's Lionel Messi. Scored the third of Argentina's goals. Lays off for Higuain. Wonderful move. As certainly a penalty for Argentina. Aguero looks back. Looked to be contact, but it may be a booking on Sergio Aguero.
Sublime football by Messi. That is unbelievable football. That is the difference between a good player and an absolute class player. And rightly so. Rightly so. I think Aguero's going to get a yellow card here for diving.
A hard angle to judge whether there was contact, but the referee and the assistant were right on the spot. He took a touch away from his marker. The assistant was perfectly placed to look at that one. And we're going to get the benefit of a replay from the right angle we are. Well, it's very hard to judge from that particular angle. This may give us a greater indication. Well, inconclusive, really.
Bad camera angle. You can't really see, but I must say, on first look there, I did think the keeper got a little touch to him, but he went down so quick that it was probably a little bit too quick for the referee.
Ball spread wide here by Ecuador. Montero drops the shoulder, gets past one. That's a great attacking move. Romero did well. And suddenly, with the injection of Jefferson Montero on that left-hand side, Ecuador looking a whole lot better. Tip forward, and almost an own goal there.
Was a case of showing way too much respect for the opposition. Ecuador would be punching themselves after seeing what happened in the first half and what they've done and what they've shown in all of 7 minutes of the second half. They could have really taken this match to Argentina because they are so vulnerable at the back, Argentina, and they do leak goals. And the way they've approached the second half here has been absolutely outstanding. Why didn't they do it from the beginning?
Last touch actually off the head of Christian Benitez when it looked to be contact on Ezequiel Garay. That's what Romero was signalling to the referee. Anyway, it's Argentina who've given away possession once more in midfield, so certainly signs of fraying by the home side to start the second half. Get a greater indication of the central defensive pairing of Fernandez and Garay in the second half.
No chance. No chance. That's not a penalty for me. He could have stayed on his feet there quite easily and just tucked that in.
That's the angle we needed. It showed the decision to be spot on by the assistant and the referee. Aguero keeps it in well. Higuain tries to slide it in the path of Di Maria.
What a difference to the first half. Bash, Ecuador all of a sudden keeping 3 players up front and putting pressure on the back 4 of Argentina. And as we've seen, they're not all Messi. They're not all quality with their feet at the back, and they can win the ball over, turn it over. They can still play their counter-attacking football exactly like this.
Rodriguez dispossessed. And Valencia, was he pushed outside the area? It looked to be a clear foul. So waved away by referee Rivera.
I think there was a slight nudge in the back there, but he probably got Valencia off balance there and he went down quite easily.
Just finessing at the back. And Campos dispossessed. It's been a really interesting change of complexion for this second half. Good test for Argentina. Gago fouled. Still with a 3-0 cushion. It's a very comfortable scoreline indeed for the Albiceleste. Pushing off the ball, and Fernando Gago, who's a key mover for Argentina in the midfield in that first half of football. Jaime Ayoze receives a yellow card for that challenge. Gago leaves his teammate short. And Mascherano has to track back and help out his defence, and that's exactly why they should have been putting pressure on from the outset on this fresh central defensive partnership of Fernandez and Garay.
As a good friend of mine would say, Reinaldo Rueda, the Ecuadorian manager, let's just say he got it all wrong in the first half.
Definite evidence to suggest that's correct, as Aguero wins it back, and that's a real mistake by Ayoze as Higuain turns, and it's cleared in haste, but Ecuador fortunate to get out of that situation. Guagua is the player under pressure at the back there for Ecuador. Valencia drops the shoulders and gets past Rodriguez, delivers a very good ball across the area, and that's exactly been the avenue of attack of Ecuador through this World Cup qualifying campaign. And they can get their dangerous number 16 in those type of positions. Antonio Valencia, they've got the quality in the middle to take advantage.
100%. He wasn't even cited in the first half because he was asked to do a role that he doesn't know how to do that well, and that's defend. Whereas now you give him the space and the opportunity to drive and attack at players, and he can make things happen for you.
Messi fouled, and that was really a professional challenge by Nabar, the Albiceleste captain.
Nothing malice in that, just a cheeky little professional foul. Get behind the ball.
Rodriguez has been under pressure and showing that it's a whole different scenario playing out from the back as composed, or as compared to the the first half as the ball played wide and too deep for Valencia. There's Rueda, who'd be not more pleased with the sort of shape Ecuador find themselves in the second half, but nothing to profit from it. Gago just holds it up. Mascherano looks left and right for the options. Di Maria, as he presents himself and just teasing the Ecuadorians. Played to the feet of Aguero. Back to Messi. His first touch let him down. You don't say that too often. Mascherano plays as a centre-back on occasions for Barcelona, but more as a midfielder with the Albiceleste. A versatile player. Di Maria slides it in the path of Higuain, or Aguero, I should say, who made a very, very good run. And a reminder for a full SBS TV schedule of all the latest news ahead of next weekend's Euro 2012 kickoff. Be sure to head to the country's top football website, sbs.com.au/the World Game. Great video content, blogs, opinions, and certainly the breaking news on the World Game website.
I must say the Argentinian back four don't look comfortable on the ball at all.
Benitez tries to play the ball in post haste to Montero, who was off balance. Now they've got some space. Latry, overlapping run is good. Ayove, the captain, clips it into the area, and that's a poor delivery. Rodriguez easily defends, and they had options short. Ayove's gone for the back stick. There was nothing on offer as the shot from long range can't find the target.
Outrageous effort there.
It's from Chile, who's yet to score an international goal for Ecuador.
That makes it even more outrageous.
After an hour of play, and that I'm sure he had better options for him as Jose Sosa is about to come on for Argentina. Perhaps to replace Fernando Gago. Would seem the logical move. Maybe they might sacrifice an attacking option perhaps for Jose Sosa. Montero drops the shoulder. Fantastic run again. Threatens the Argentina goal. And he's been a real live wire since coming on in the second half.
Hasn't he, Watt? He's been fantastic for Ecuador since he's come on. He just gets that ball in the space. Ecuador want to get out wide and want to drive in the one-on-one situations, use their strength, their space. Fantastic since he's come on.
Corner for Ecuador. And the header can't find the target. This is a really good test, and probably a needed one for Alejandro Sabella, because we know that's the soft area. In fact, it is Aguero coming off for Jose Sosa. And gives Sabella a chance to just play out a few different scenarios that he'll have to face in World Cup qualifying.
Yeah, I guess he thinks he's got the 3 goals here. He just probably wants to strengthen up in midfield, because Ecuador's picking up a lot of ball in midfield there and countering. Not so much countering this half. They're actually playing good football, playing better attacking brand of football. And I think he just wants to close up the midfield there and probably get a few more bodies in there and not give them so much ball in the middle of the park. Higuain gone up front by himself. I still like the way Argentina press high to try to win the ball back. I mean, that's for me the key in football, modern day football these days. Press high to win the ball back in the opposition half. Ecuador's doing it now, but didn't do it in the first half.
And in doing so, you'd have to say hindsight's a great weapon, in spite of it gave themselves no chance, because afforded Argentina so much space, and now they win it back. Dangerous area too. Benitez slides it in the path. Montero, the shot is blocked.
I think that's the difference in the quality of players that Argentina have up front. You know, Argentina got themselves in these kind of situations 3 or 4 times in the first half, and we can all see when up blind, we can see what the score is, 3-0, and that's the difference between the quality strikers.
Corner taken square. Di Maria just found, slowing the tempo down. Head-to-head, Argentina have an outstanding record against Ecuador. 16 wins to 4, 75 goals scored, 28 conceded, so they have been dominant overall as Ecuador pour forward. And that's a lovely ball as Romero comes out, timed his challenge perfectly.
I'm not being funny, Bash, but it is 3-0 for Argentina, but the back four of Argentina are absolutely paddling.
They certainly look... when any sort of stress goes on them. Messi. Almost a 1-2 there with Higuain. Gago, in fact, it was as Ecuador try to play out. And they launch it long, but that's going to be easily defended by Garay.
You can understand why Argentina's got such a good record against Ecuador, because I think Ecuador just shows Argentina way too much respect, and they pay the price for it.
Tipped over the top, and that's an excellent delivery. It's right at the end there, but Higuain was played in by Lionel Messi. A yellow card on the Argentinian striker. So a flick of the hand.
Cheeky little hand of God again.
That wasn't going to be unnoticed. So the card count mounting. Javier there came on just before the break and coming out a little bit proppy there. So he and Montero, the attacking changes for Ecuador. There's Rueda, who was called into action after the World Cup of 2010 to get Ecuador's next campaign in order, which he's done pretty well with 2 victories, but looks like it'll be 2 wins and 2 losses in this phase of World Cup qualifying. Of course, the first 4 in South America go through, the 5th into a playoff against an Asian nation yet to be decided.
Definitely think Ecuador will be looking at their home record to get him through to the World Cup. And here he goes again, this man Messi.
And he's got players to run out. He's very dangerous. Lionel Messi. Deflection perhaps there from Dominguez in goal. Ecuador has turned on the afterburners and go around defenders with ease. Lionel Messi, a change of direction and a subtle skill, quite outstanding.
You just never get sick and tired of watching a player this good, do you? You
have to say, a great move to give him the captain's armband. Made him grown in stature with the Albiceleste. Corner swinging away from goal, and the header's on target. And again, Alexander Dominguez gives Ecuadorian fans a moment of real concern in goal.
It might have been a little bit too harsh here, but I don't think Dominguez is really an international goalkeeper. He's just not showing me any. Look at that. That's a bit of soapy hands.
Benguera's been the #1 choice. Perhaps he's carrying a slight injury. That's the ball well designed but poorly executed. Higuain was looking to make the angled run. Jose Sosa. He's got the spot on the pitch you want to step over, with Ecuador winning the ball back. Good body work there by Benitez, but the Argentinians play out. Only momentary. A real turnover of possession, and the rhythm of the first half totally changed by a new approach from Ecuador. Can it make a difference on the score sheet? Not with that delivery in the middle.
The lack of quality that Ecuador, they get themselves in the great positions, and just the lack of quality on the final pass is just killing it.
Uruguay earlier today drew with Venezuela 1-1. Chile beat Bolivia 2-0. Which means a victory here for Argentina would take them to the top of South American World Cup qualifying. And after their stumbles in game 2 and 3, that didn't look like a plausible outcome. And they lost away to Venezuela, drew 1-1 at home to Bolivia. And Ezequiel Lavezzi having to come up with a late equaliser to share the points there. They produced a very good away performance against Colombia to win 2-1 in the most recent World Cup qualifier, and now this 3-0 scoreline sees everything going in the positive direction for Argentina. Di Maria lost it to space, looking for Higuain, but this time there's too much air and too much time for Dominguez. There's the man in question, Lavezzi, who's had a brilliant season with Napoli.
Concluding it with a Coppa Italia win against Juventus, so it was a great year for him, and talks of him moving elsewhere.
Exciting player to watch, Ezequiel Lavezzi.
Especially when he has space. When he has space, he turns on the afterburners, as you like to call them, and uses his pace to great effect.
There's some space for Ecuador.
He's been so impressive since he's come on, Montero.
Now Batiste winger in Spain. Lack of concentration there by Argentina. They'll win it back. So the free kick's been sorted out by the referee.
I can't believe the amount of times Argentina are so fragile at the back when they've got the ball. You would think players of that quality would be able to just get it and move it on at the back. As soon as they've put some pressure on them, Ecuador. The back forward just keep turning the ball over constantly. And you wouldn't expect that from this kind of caliber of player.
Higuain was a very good player first half. Did the job superbly. Had a couple of opportunities to score. Put one away. Could have had a brace. Replaced by a man that is still building his international career, Ezequiel Lavezzi. Free kick, back post. And Romero has to withstand a spirited attacking move there for Ecuador. Messi gets an important touch. Lavezzi's in the middle. And that's a lovely ball in behind. Lavezzi's pace couldn't carry him there.
Just Messi always conjuring up something for Argentina. Lavezzi there obviously tried to get on the back of that. Pass was just a little bit too heavy. But I'm sure we're going to see this time and time again in the last 15 minutes of the match, because Ecuador have opened up a little bit. And the great ball skills of Messi, just finding players running off him, is just fantastic to watch.
Now Messi into the space, but the Ecuadorian captain anticipated superbly. And look at the switch. This is where they can be so potent. Montero. This time he was dispossessed. And Fernando Gago so often has broken up the Ecuadorian moves. Played in the path of Montero, but this time Sergio Romero across quickly.
How can such a country like Argentina rely so much on one player?
He's an exceptional exponent of everything that is so great about our game as Lionel Messi. Looks for his second. Sosa keeps it in play for Argentina. Squares it superbly. Oh, the volley is wonderful. What a strike by Angel Di Maria. 4-0 to Argentina. Perfect connection. Wonderful result. And this has been, it's going to become a famous victory at home in front of adoring fans of the El Monumental.
Outstanding play, and as we've said, the space will open up. Going to be a little bit critical here. I think Messi could have slid this to the side. But he thought, might as well try to score again. Got away with it. Ball back, and what a finish.
Certainly an awkward one to strike with that sort of power. He's got the technique absolutely spot on, Di Maria.
And just before the goal, we're just saying, how can a country rely on one player so much? But this is why. He just creates everything. Everything happens through Messi. As soon as he touches the ball, players seem to go all over the place, expecting him to find him, and he just always seems to do it. What a player. What a team. Great performance by Argentina up front tonight.
Sixth goal in his 28th appearance for his country, Angel Di Maria. Hero of the Olympic victory in China, who scored the winning goal. And certainly a giant for his country at the moment, one of their real stars.
Well, Ecuador, I think they'd be disappointed to have conceded that goal, especially with the way the run of play, the way they've been playing in the second half. They do deserve at least 1 or 2 goals, but as we said, that's the difference between class players and just good players. They make you pay.
You can mount an argument that they can defend like we've seen when they attack like we've witnessed, and it's a great real metaphor for Argentinian football at the moment.
Well, at least you're going to always get entertainment. You're going to get high-scoring matches, and to be a real threat to win a World Cup, I think Argentina really need to get their back four organised. Whatever they try, whichever players they bring in, seem to be, oh my God.
Oh, Lavezzi has just been gifted possession. Messi should score his second over the top, and that's a rare miss by Lionel Messi. Just a lack of concentration by Latri at the back. And Ezekiel Lavezzi's eyes widened. He was just presented with a golden gift.
I actually think he got a bad bobble here when he went to pass this. I'm not sure he went for a shot. I think he gets a bad bobble when he tries to pass it. Whoop, there she blows over the top. You know, I don't think Ecuador can be too disheartened in this second half performance. Doesn't matter what the score finishes up as. I think they've put in a real good performance in the second half, and I think the manager needs to take a lot of the blame for this defeat. Hopefully it doesn't get too heavy for them, and they can take a lot of positives out of the match.
Lavezzi showed too much of the ball to the defender Campos. I have to say it's a real lack of confidence in his players that Barreto has shown, given what we've seen in the second half and given what Ecuador have produced in this qualifying campaign.
Yeah, look, we don't know what was said in the dressing rooms, but you could obviously see the tactics. And here's this man, Montero. He's been outstanding since he came on. He deserves a goal. Hopefully he will get one by the end of the match. But as I said, he put in a very negative approach into the match. And as you said, showed a lack of respect and a lack of probably ambition towards his players, thinking, I'm just going to show Argentina way too much respect, and he got punished for it. I think this defeat falls completely and solely on the manager.
Just another example of how they struggled to play out from the back, clipped into the area, and almost an own goal. As Garro, who was the architect of Argentina losing possession, ends up with saving their blushes with a deflected header wide. And
once again, Montero, the man for Ecuador, causing all the trouble. Let me ask you a question, Bash. Why was he on the bench?
That's a very good question. As the corner swung in, struck from outside the area. He only featured once in starting lineups for Ecuador in this phase of World Cup qualifiers, so very much seen as an impact player off the bench so far anyway. Of course, Ecuador missing Edison Mendez, their World Cup veteran, who scored in their most recent qualifier against Peru in that 2-0 home victory. And don't forget to tune into the World Game tomorrow. We'll review the Socceroos' 2-0 loss to Denmark away and look ahead to the crucial qualifier against Oman. So an exciting period ahead for Australia's national team. That's from 9:30 p.m. SBS 2, 11 p.m. on SBS 1 and streamed online as well. Be having a closer look at the European Championships coming up as well. Ecuador have faced the most glaring of South American qualifying pressure at home or away, in fact, for them against Argentina. He's been a brilliant player for the Albiceleste, Angel Di Maria, capping off his performance with a marvellous volley, scored in superb style, as Maxi Rodriguez replaces the Real Madrid man for the final 8 minutes or so.
Not short of firepower, are they?
course, you were referring to Maxi Rodriguez's superb World Cup goal, of arguably the best of the 2006 World Cup against Mexico.
What a great memory you have.
Here's Lavezzi. And the big rumours are that PSG have rolled out the dollars, as they did for Javier Pastore, for this man, Ezequiel Lavezzi. They have certainly a budget to work with. All the Qatari oil dollars flowing to the Paris-based club.
Yeah, obviously qualifying for the Champions League next year. I can see Paris Saint-Germain spending big in the summer.
Former coach of yours leading the charge at PSG as Ibarra comes on for Benitez. Dominguez fashioning his wall. Free kick for Argentina. This is certainly Lionel Messi territory, both distance and angle. Can he complete what has been an outstanding night for the RB Celeste? Messi strikes it well. Just wide, flashing wide of Dominguez's near post.
I think the keeper got a touch to this. Yep, definitely got a touch to it. Great save. The confidence of the man, it's incredible.
Looking to play it short. And Argentina getting themselves into a tangle as they opened the door for Ecuador. Montero's the player wide. And gets past Zabaleta. It's a poor touch there from Valencia. The air certainly out of the tyres of Ecuador after what was a positive start to the second half. Sosa.
Now we talk about big players for big matches, and Messi's taken this match by the scruff of the neck, but the big player for Ecuador, who hasn't really been involved in the match at all, is Valencia. He's been so quiet, and that sums up the lack of opportunities that Ecuador have had on the right side. Everything seems to have come on the left-hand side.
And now through the middle. And the advantage could have been played there from the referee, who produces the yellow card after that late challenge. I'm sure Jaime Ayove was hoping the advantage would be played. It's very late on the bar. Ouch. Mascherano with a robust tackle. And the fifth booking for Argentina.
It hasn't been a real malice match, has it? It's been quite tame and nothing silly, but the yellow cards are still being thrown out by the referee. Probably didn't really have to do that, to say the truth.
Tipped over the top. That's a ball that is of good quality. Flag stayed down and Romero had to be alert. Ibarra made the run. Timed his run to perfection.
Look, that's a great picture of the back four of Argentina, and that's why they're paddling. There was never one straight line there. They were staggered. A gap was there to be taken. But the keeper Romero read the situation well and killed off the danger.
Of course, Sergio Romero kept the Australian-born Joe Didalitza out of the AZ Alkmaar team that won the championship under Louis van Gaal Holland a few seasons back.
Yeah, really made his name in European football at RZ, and he's gone on obviously to bigger and better things since then. Got himself into the #1 position at Argentina, which is fantastic.
Over the top, can Ecuador conjure a consolation goal? Montero deserves one, drives in, and the near post, is that a corner? Looked like he carried it over the line. Fernandez was the defender battling, definitely came off for the Argentinian. Oh, very, very close to being over the byline before he touched the boot of Fernandez. It's a corner to Ecuador. Ayove swings it away from goal, and well positioned at the near post was Garay. Rodriguez with a poor touch forward, but not going to change anything in this match because Argentina sit on a very, very comfortable scoreline. And I think Alejandro Sabella's learnt some valuable lessons of moving forward in this World Cup qualifying campaign.
Not just him. I think Rueda has learnt something as well.
Messi. Lavezzi stays onside. Players in the middle for Argentina. Ezequiel Lavezzi managed to dribble his way through a congested area. Into injury time at the Monumental. Zabaleta. Will there be one more attacking foray for Argentina? Messi has anything to say about that, he'll be looking for a second. And shoots well, but didn't get enough on it to bother Alexander Dominguez. Any sort of space he can exploit.
What a great ambassador for the game of football he is, Messi. Just the way he plays, the simplicity he plays, the way he controls that ball. He really does have it on a shoestring, doesn't he?
Plays with a great deal of joy as well. And both setting up his teammates and scoring. A selfless superstar, Lionel Messi. Taking 2 minutes of injury time and only seconds remaining for Ecuador. The pain will be over very soon for them.
Much better performance by them in the second half. I think they'll take some positives away from the game, but well-deserved winners Argentina without a shadow of a doubt.
Aguero started the goal-scoring foray in the first half. Higuain joined him. Messi 11 minutes, 3 goals and 3-0 half-time, with Di Maria adding to that scoreline in the second half. A comprehensive victory for Argentina, and they go to the top of South American World Cup qualifying action. The final score at the El Monumental: Argentina 4, Ecuador 0.
David Bashir along with Zeljko Kalac at the commentary box, and Argentina, as David said, on top on 10 points on the South American table, 1 point ahead of Chile. So let's do a quick summary here, Foz, to you first, of what happened here today.
Ecuador first half just really gave the ball to Argentina, left a lot of space in the middle of the park and played really into Argentina's hands, I think, and they took advantage of it. Di Maria and Messi in particular, those two created so much very early, put Ecuador on the back foot, and they had no immediate response, and that's really the interesting thing out of it. They tried to sit back, and soak up the pressure. It's away from home against Argentina. Many of the teams in South America would do so. But once they went down 1 and then even 2, there was still very little response until just before half-time. For Argentina, they took the chances that allowed them to get enough of a buffer that in the second half really was very comfortable. When Ecuador came out, though, they did create a couple of opportunities and they did put Argentina under a lot of pressure. I think the real key for me out of the game, Les and Driller, is that Argentina are starting to learn they've learned how to play with Messi. In the first game, even against Chile that we did, at times they weren't quite sure how to move off him, even whilst they won it comfortably. Now they're starting to understand, run away out of his space, allow him to always bring it in, when he's on the dribble. They're moving off him, so he always has options, and that allows him to run the game or be decisive.
Driller, just quickly, we've got about 20 seconds. How good is this Argentina? This is as good as we've seen them play in a very long time.
Yeah, the games that we've covered, this is the best that I've seen. Best I've seen Messi, Di Maria, other players now just seem to be coming together, and that's what we want to see. So many quality players, we haven't always seen them play this well, so it's a pleasure to watch. The second half, it was always going to be that way. 3-0 up, they were taking the foot off the pedal a little bit, but really very enjoyable to watch them playing this well.
And very enjoyable to spend time with you two gentlemen this morning. Thank you. That's just about it for now, but here's a taste of what's coming your way over the next week. Coming up shortly, more from the beautiful game with the FIFA World Cup magazine show. That's followed by highlights from yesterday's international friendly between France and Serbia. Football Mundial and Mike Tomalaris with Cycling Central. And there's more cycling later tonight. SBS 2 has you covered with the prologue from the Criterium du Dauphiné at 11:05 as the litmus test heading into Le Tour clicks into gear. For scheduled details, head to sbs.com.au/cycling central. And on the World Game tomorrow, we'll review the Socceroos friendly with Denmark, look ahead to the crucial World Cup qualifier against Oman, and preview Groups A and B ahead of next week's Euro 2012 kickoff. That's from 9:30 p.m. on SBS 2, 11 p.m. on SBS 1, and streamed online. And SBS is where you can keep up to date with European Football Showpiece event. We'll bring you the pick of the action with 8 matches, 4 of them, including the final, live. There's daily highlights of every match day from 5:30 p.m. and a comprehensive online coverage as well. A reminder, for all the reaction from today's World Cup qualifying action, or for the latest news ahead of Euro 2012, head to our website, sbs.com.au/The World Game. Thanks for your company this morning from the team and the World Game. Have a great day.